do stuff. Okay, well, we seem to be live and streaming. We're still
Oh,
down.
muted to mute the stream. Yes.
Really? Ah.
Someone hasn't. Or is that coming through me? Shouldn't be.
Not sure.
Ah.
Well, yeah, so we still are missing at least one more member of our party tonight, but we're going to try and push on. So we're back with our BX Dungeons and Dragons crawl. Hey, we made affiliate as of last session. So there are some bit options up there now, which is for audience participation. They can buy you guys some re-rolls or just an automatic success on a roll, or just cause all kinds of bad stuff to happen to you.
Oh, no.
I don't expect that to be used much. Yeah, so I've got some art coming, so we will get the stream prettied up here in the next month anyway, and have it quite not be so bland. And I still have a backlog of our audio files to get up on the podcast. So yeah, stuff and things. Okay, so I tell you what, why don't we, let me check to see, I just sent a direct message to Bill. We can go ahead and get started here shortly if he is not going to show up. Might be running behind or might be asleep.
That may happen.
Oh, hey, Jazz responded. Hopefully you can find the link up there.
Assume that. Yeah, that's him. So.
Hello?
Hey, it's a Jazz.
Hey.
Hey, my video is not working.
It's fine. Yep.
It sounds pretty bad too.
Yeah? Hang on.
Hey, and there's Bill.
Everybody, cram in at the last moment.
Bill's lost in the weeds. We gotta push our way through there to find him.
I don't know what the hell's going on with that, guys. Hey, how you doing?
It's quite fine.
Oh,
Hey.
I remember. Yeah,
There you are.
Oh,
Ah, hey, we got video.
hey.
it's
What's
a
going
new
on?
computer, so I just don't understand everything. It's all this newfangled technology, man.
Yeah, I know. You know, once they got past just the stop and start button.
No.
Hey, you guys that just joined, if you want to change your names in the captions so that you just put your character name, and if you want to shorten your names on there, just if you open up the chat side, you can click on your name in there and change it.
Or in the top right corner, you've got the more button and it's got rename. That's
Yep,
one of the
that'll
options.
do too.
I spelled it wrong.
Okay, well, the cast is here, so let's just go across the screen and introduce yourself and your character. We'll go ahead and Jeff, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm playing Darby of Stonehill, a 4th level dwarf. So he has a sword and a shield, and he has a chainmail like this dwarf behind me. So
We can almost
That's
envision it. Hey, look at that.
yeah.
Jameis.
And it's playing Galen Rayhorn, a 4th level Cleary Elf priest, but he thinks of himself as a ranger. And yeah, he's nowhere near level 5 anytime soon. So.
Ranger and activist.
Yeah.
Yep. Richard.
Hello, I am Richard. Let me wave. And I am playing Big Jam, the magnificent 3rd level wizard, or magic user, as they call it.
And Jazz.
Yeah, playing Jazz Band, the 5th level locksmith, who is doing quite well. Quite well indeed.
With his astonishing apprentice.
Yeah, I'm growing to dislike the apprentice.
We like him more than we like you.
Yeah, that's why.
The brighter she shines, the more shadow
Yeah.
you have to hide in. Bill.
Yeah, I'm Bill. I'm playing Radnor the Skull. He is a 5th level magic user who is sort of dead, sort of not, inhabiting this flaming, floating skull for now.
For now, you've been given options.
Well,
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Okay, guys. So last session, you were given a task in return for, well, just helping with better relations in the neighborhood. We'll say we'll just call it that. So the area, I'm going to switch you on the map here. Actually, not yet. Let me not switch you just yet. So we ended last session with you coming upon this clearing here in area 17 on the map. And it looks like there's a graveyard to the back. There's a little path further in and to the right. And there's quite a bit of just brambles and overgrowth, although you can see clearly that there has been motion through here. So lots of creatures moving in and out, large footprints, some shod, some not. And so you guys are starting off here at the beginning of the clearing. So we'll just take it up from there. You still got a fair amount of light out in the sky. You guys, I forget. Did you stay the night at the two very accommodating hostesses, plying you with food? Yeah. Okay. So
I think ultimately we ended up here getting here around dusk. I think we ended up getting it 17 around dusk. Short version of it.
All right. Sounds good. And then you decided to, since it was going to take at least one day camping out to get here. So yeah, you've got a fair amount of light left in the day. So again, take it up there, guys. Somebody's printer has joined the party.
Someone decided they wanted to shop some kind of rebuilding around here, so I had it yesterday, and maybe today as well. I might have to mute at various times.
Not a problem.
So these tracks, are they cloven, did you say, or some short, or what are we talking?
Your mic is very staticky, but I can hear you. Well, again, various different kinds. Some are unshod and large, like larger than man-sized. Some of them are shod as well, like so there are boot impressions through here as well. There's also dragging, like things have been dragged through here.
Like what? Humans, logs?
Can't tell. Can't tell. Just a path of something that was obviously dragged because all the grass has been just flattened in a swath.
And can we tell how old these tracks are?
Well, you do have somebody that is a self-styled ranger amongst you.
Yeah, the Jibble Ranger.
And actually, whenever I say that, Fig Jam is also kind of a nature wizard as well. Fig Jam has a bonus to his intelligence, correct?
Indeed.
Okay. You don't need to roll. You can tell the drag marks are not that recent, maybe 3-4 days in the past, as the grass has already started growing back up from the ground with just the tops laid over. But some of the other markings here, particularly the unshod ones that look like they're clawed feet, are very new, like within the last 12 to 24 hours.
Can we tell if the creatures walk on two legs or 4 legs?
Yeah, again, I think both your friends here could tell you that they're all 2-legged.
And can they tell what size of creature roughly? 5 foot, 7 foot?
Can't tell height, but you can tell from some of the footprints that at least one group of these creatures is fairly large, like larger than man-sized.
The feet don't match our hobgoblin-y friends, do they?
A little larger. A little
larger than that, and they don't match the feet of the devolved humans, as we're calling them.
No, those are still pretty much normal human size.
I
They're also
just thought I'd one down.
There's no claw imprints at the end of the toes either. These do.
Okay.
These have like clawed imprints at the end of the toes.
And do we see any cave around the
No.
clearing?
No, you see
No?
at the very top to the east a little bit, there seems to be some brick in the road there. So it looks like, or bricks laid down. So maybe there is a cobblestone path up ahead there. And then to the west, you see, well, you see headstones. It looks like it's a cemetery that's been overgrown.
Okay.
So are
So
we
who?
out in the sticks? Like, why would people be passing through here? Is there a reason people?
Well,
Does
it's a
they live here?
lair. Yeah, you guys know it's a lair. You missed last session, Jazz. They're expecting
All right.
a
Yes.
couple of ogres to be using this area as their lair.
Right. Okay.
But there's a
So
lot more
who's going to
traffic
go
here.
out? Who's going to go out and demand one-on-one combat with the lead ogre to take over the party?
But there's a lot more traffic through here than just a couple of ogres. Like there are several different types of tracks that go through here.
When you the witches down 13, no 12 it was, Jazz. They told us that the ogres had their own band of goblins and such.
Right.
So and that's where we are now, is with them. So there's the one ogre the male ogre they want the hit of, and there's also a female ogre around as well. They're not as interested in her.
Nah, don't blame them.
And is it a big area? Is
Yeah,
it
it's fairly
It
large.
looks fairly big.
Yeah. I don't think the map has a scale on it that I can. But each each square is about 10 feet.
Shall I head over to the tombstones or the gravestones?
All right.
Carefully, we don't want to go rampaging through broad
Yeah.
sight of everything.
Okay. Well, Jazz, you said it first, so you head off first. Roll me a d6.
All right.
Yeah,
And
so
are you
we
trying
can
to
do
be
that.
quiet?
I'm being very locksmithy and quiet.
Okay. All right, so roll me a d6 first. Okay, good. Now roll me move silent.
What is that?
You should have a percentage on that.
36.
40.
Yeah, you make it. Okay. So Jazz creeps ahead. Anybody going to follow either immediately behind or just wait to see what he attracts?
See what happens.
All right. So Jazz, you get the little red dot here that I'm moving is your group, or in this case, just Jazz. So you get over to where you can start seeing the headstones, Jazz, and you can see and smell. There's a group of somethings in there that are they're kind of kneeled over, hunched over. They look like they're ripping and tearing at something, and the smell is just incredible. It smells like several days old rotting flesh.
So I'm thinking ghouls or something. Can I tell how many there are?
Yeah, you got your move silent. They don't see you or smell you. You're downwind. Looks like there's a group of 4, and they're tearing apart. It looks like a long dead boar corpse.
Do these creatures have weapons or anything? Can I see?
Looks like their claws are plenty weapon enough, as they're just tearing hunks of this rotten meat and stuffing their mouths with it. No armor, although they are wearing like shredded clothing that's like damp and torn and just half rotten.
If only we had some kind of area of effect spell that could get all the creatures at once.
Like a fireball.
Do the other gravestones, are the graves intact, or does it look like some have come up out?
They haven't been. Well, certainly it hasn't been attended. The vines have overgrown everything. A lot of them are cracked and leaning, and yeah, it looks like the ground has been disturbed around a lot of them.
All right, I'll head back to the party, and I tell them I believe there's a group of ghouls up ahead. If
They
wanna
don't
take
sound
on
very
some-
tasty.
Yeah, they're chomping into a dead boar or something. So they're occupied. If you want to take them out, or do you want to leave them to their business?
do you think, fellas? Should I take them out?
It was something to do with the cemetery that somebody said at some point. I can't remember what we have to do with it though.
I think it's generally it's considered cursed or haunted or something, and they want us to
All right.
deal with it.
Yeah.
The one quick, I mean, you can take out the ghouls. I'm just thinking that's going to announce our presence, though.
That's what I was thinking. Do we want to announce to everybody around that, there's a group here?
Guess it's not a good idea. Not yet. Did you see any other tracks or corridor or
You
place?
saw again on to the east. You saw some flagstones in the vegetation over here, and actually, since you were right across from it, you can actually see that it has been cleared. Like the vegetation doesn't overgrow the path, but it's almost like they were very careful to not cut too much, so it was still. You can't easily see that there is an open path there from the where you guys entered the clearing. So yeah, there's this cobblestone path going up to some structure in the distance.
Can you put ghouls to sleep?
I don't think you've ever tried.
Oh, I can't. No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Can you?
Can we, from when I was looking at the ghouls, do I think we can get up the flagstones without the ghouls noticing us?
If you're very quiet about it or careful about it, it looks like they're pretty engaged in the boar corpse, and there's still a fair amount of it left. Like they just started eating.
So I guess myself and Magpie can make it. I don't know about these others. Do you want to try and sneak past the ghouls and investigate the flagstones? See where it leads?
Yeah.
Or I can go and investigate if you don't want to risk it.
I'd go.
Yeah. All right, let's go. If anyone else wants to join us,
Yeah,
Yeah,
stop together as a party.
I'm sneaky with my chainmail.
Is anyone not attempting to sneak by?
I think we're attempting. I just don't think we're successful.
All right.
All right.
Big Jam, are you attempting?
I will attempt it.
All right. Well, everybody just roll me a d6.
Yeah, I got chainmail as well.
Jazz, you don't need to.
all right, cool.
I'm gonna just leave your success
6.
before.
Yes.
3.
Oh, also a 6. High five, James.
All right. You actually make a fair amount of noise in your various armor. You're walking over, there's dead branches laying on the ground, so you're stepping on them, snapping them, making all kind of sounds. You guys are like directly across from the ghouls. They do actually look up. They stop in the midst of eating, eyes like darting back and forth, and they just kind of covetously just drag the boar a little further in, and they just
We didn't
eye
see
you
nothing
as
if
they
you didn't see
continue to
nothing. You didn't see nothing if you didn't see nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, they look like more concerned, like you want to take their food than anything else.
No. We're very carefully currently trying to pick out all the branches to step on.
Right. All right, so you make it to the path. Again, the foliage has been cut away, so there actually is a clear path, and you can see up ahead. It looks like it's a monastery, an old church, perhaps, made of stone.
Does
Outer-
it feel particularly holy, sacred at the moment, or is it?
Well, how would you know that? Do you have any kind of detection spells? Do you want to take a moment to that 10 minutes to?
I was just kind of hoping as a cleric that I could tell.
Well, once you get a little closer, the outer wall is almost entirely destroyed. What the wall still stands is kind of completely obscured by vines. You get up to, or you get to the point, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but you get to the point where you can see where the front entrance would be, and it's like just covered in vines. You can see that there is kind of the impression of a door sticking out. The whole thing is made of stone, but you can't make out anything. So Galen, trying to get a sense for the nature of the temple. There's no overall ambience of anything, but you can't see any of the iconography to figure out like what deity it might have been blessed to. You don't know, can't really tell from here.
Okay. Hey, I got a 6. So I'm just probably just crunch, crunch, crunch,
Yeah,
crunch.
yeah.
No. Okay, and
Is there a-
it's old.
It's very old.
Is there a door we can see?
It looks like it's covered in vines and ivy. You'll have to get closer and move that out of the way to see the door.
The wall
Can I-
destroyed. So I said it'd be easier just to go through a hole in the wall rather than through the door.
Yeah.
The door looks like it might be something impressive though, because it does kind of bulge out of the surface of the wall, and like so the vines kind of drape over it. So you're
I'd like to
expecting.
look at the door.
Well,
Can
you-
I
Well,
check for anything dodgy and dangerous on the door?
well, if you want to get up that close and kind of move some ivy aside to look at it, that's fine. You can do that.
So I'll also go up and move some ivy around to see if I can get some idea
All right.
of what
Uh,
was here.
So you guys do that. Go ahead and make me a roll.
What are we rolling? 20?
It's a D percentage based on your thief skill.
Locksmith. Still.
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
that looks good.
Oh.
Good roll. Yeah, so you're able to clear the ivy aside, Galen and Jazz, and the door is got this stylized creature on the front. It's got a clawed 3-fingered hand, rows and rows of teeth going back into its mouth. It looks very earthy. Like you get the impression that it's got crystals on its head and shoulders. Its skin seems to be made out of stone or earth. It's not something that, even with your extensive studying, Fig Jam, it is not something you've come across before. Although earth elemental possibly, but typically they don't have rows and rows of teeth like that, seeing as they're not a carnivorous species.
Oh.
Hmm.
Is there any lettering or any writing or anything? On
There's
the door?
not. It's just this imagery.
Hmm.
If you look right on the picture on the screen there, you see that there's these 2 little impressions right under the claws. They're dug into the stone of the door, and it looks like they once held something.
probably door knockers,
Or Jim?
I assume. Possibly. Yeah. Or maybe they're just peepholes.
No, they don't go all the way through. They go, several inches into the stone.
Yeah.
Something
Some
to,
kind of handle.
yeah, or to keep a creature inside.
Manacles, I think.
Yeah.
Bind it to the door.
Okay.
We want to push the door open?
Yeah, as Galen had pointed out, there's nothing keeping you from going in through one of the broken walls on the side either. It's not like you have to open the door.
Might be fun to
Just
try.
common courtesy. Use the door.
I was thinking I could float over to one of those holes and just peek inside to see if I can see anything interesting.
So inside, it looks like this door and wall is a part of, well, an actually encompassing wall. As you look through it, there's a courtyard inside with 2 buildings. This one here that I didn't cover up is really dilapidated, so you can see in through the walls. You can, so that's why it's all open up. The larger building to the north is, however, very much still intact.
That's where the fight's going to be.
And then there's a smaller building over here. Again, the walls are kind of broken down. And by looking at it, just from what you're seeing where you're walking in, this looks like it was the guard tower. Like you can see where there are large stone tables, lots of lofts where people would sleep or stay. So this looks like it was some kind of guard tower and watch garrison room.
Shall we boldly go across the courtyard?
This is kind of like a hedge garden. The walls here are made of overgrown ivy and bushes. Just that kind of forms this structure over here. And this is a large lake. A very still pool.
Number 21 or 24. So I can see.
21. And actually, hey, this one has a scale. So every square is 20 feet. So that pool
Whoa.
is really large. Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
All right.
it's
I'm
bigger than
laughing
the
that the
clearing.
dwarf
Yeah.
is taking up 2 squares, so it's 40 foot.
Yes. Ha ha! First 40-foot dwarf you've ever seen.
Yep.
What's
Very
24?
tall.
What's
I
this?
assume that's the hedge maze.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
24. Oh, that one over there. No, 24 is actually, you don't know. It's completely tangled and garbled up with all kinds of vines, but kind of, it looks like maybe that used to be a garden because you can see large melons growing in there.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's actually all kinds of like other fruit and vegetables. Just it's gone wild, completely wild. But you haven't seen, fruit and vegetables like that just growing out in the open before.
Melon. Good eating on one of them.
At least not in this kind of abundance, all in one place.
Anyone want to check out the guardhouse? So I wouldn't mind going over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go.
Hmm.
You're
I
at
guess-
20. You're at 20, or
Yeah, the guard, what you think is a guardhouse is down here. Again, the walls are all broken down, so you can actually peer inside without having to set foot inside. And that's what it is. Like you see wood frames that used to hold like hay mattresses. You see stone racks that once held weaponry that's all just either disintegrated. Along the floor you see like shattered earthenware, jugs and bowls. Occasionally you'll see like a very badly pitted piece of iron, like a spear point maybe, or a small dagger here and there, but it's been nearly completely destroyed just by the environment.
okay. Can I search the floor or the soil
Outside or inside?
inside?
Inside? Okay. Sure. You go inside and start just kind of moving around and seeing what you can find. Any bits and bobs here and there. Roll me a D percentage.
Percentage. Yeah. 71.
Okay. Roll me a D4.
You died
Yeah.
D4 times.
4 times
Four.
over you die. Actually, no, what this is there are some objects that haven't degraded. There's some gold and silver trinkets here and there. They look like they might have been buttons, or they might have been just some ornamental piece to wardrobe, to a bit of wardrobe. So you find 4 of them. Just by the
Oh, yeah.
short amount of time that you're just kind of looking through the rubble. And what's everyone else doing while this is going on? I expect this is going to take at least 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I
Jess?
was yeah, I'm with Darby.
You want to do the same? Okay, roll a percentile.
Yeah. If there's gold shiny things, I'm interested.
Okay. You find essentially you find a utensil. It looks like it's like a steak knife or maybe a bread knife, but it was made of gold.
Mm.
The style is very archaic. It's not, even though it's made of gold, it's actually not very well ornamented at all. It's functional but gold.
Functional with gold. I like the gold part.
Okay, so you guys are just rooting through there. What's everyone else doing?
I guess I'll go and look at the tangled up things with the food in it at number 24.
You want to go check out the garden?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else going with Fig Jam?
I'll go with Fig Jam.
Oh, you can't eat these melons. Oh, still, I appreciate the company.
The 2 magic users.
Yeah, I got nervous with those ghouls around, so
Mhm.
Probably be a good idea if we use the buddy system or something.
Sounds good.
Smart.
So what you guys see is, again, yeah, as you're getting closer, this was in fact a garden, completely overgrown. There's no way that you could easily like go through it at all. Fig Jam, you notice that a lot of the things that are growing in here are actually quite rare and would be useful in the brewing of potions. And let me have both of you roll me a d6 rolls. Okay. You see these places on the map that are marked with X's? Just as you're taking a good look around, what you notice is they are carefully concealed. Like if you were looking in over a wall and just kind of looking down to the courtyard, it would just look like another mass of vines and tangles. But as you're like really close to it, they're actually cleverly designed so that they're hiding these tunnels that bore down at an angle beneath the garden. They're about man-sized.
Things live here, or I mean, if we look around, does it look like they've been used recently? Can we like, spot?
Well,
footprints or
they have
anything?
been well used. Let's put it that way. The
Okay.
grass in front of them doesn't grow from just constant, going in and out of these tunnels. The grass is like kind of like dead and laid flat in front of them.
So are they, just trying to get a picture here, are they like we could just go down the tunnel, we don't have to move stuff out of the way first?
Right,
Or are they
yeah.
okay?
There's almost like this like a canopy over the top of them forming a small arch. So like if you were looking into the courtyard by peering over a wall, it would just look like the rest of the garden. But this close in, you can see that there's this angled tunnel that goes in right beneath it. And there are 3 of them that you've kind of seeing there.
Oh, this is interesting. Who could be using this?
I feel like I want to get a closer look.
You want to go down the tunnels?
Well, I mean, I could go down the tunnels a little way since I technically don't have to walk down them. I wouldn't trigger anything. But then
True.
again, I don't know if that's a good idea with just us out here. Go
I think we
wandering
should-
down dark tunnels and,
Remember what happened the last time you went down a tunnel?
yeah,
All
yeah,
those wasps
yeah.
on that there, so
I'm
maybe
not a
we
big
should
fan
wait
of
for
that.
the others and tell
It's a
them
good
what's
idea.
going on here. Yeah.
Actually, since the other thing that you see since you're over there is you see a large set of doors on this side of the building here.
The worn areas in front of the hole, in front of the tunnels, they don't lead in a path up to the door, do they?
No, it just looks like it's
All
just from constant use of someone climbing in and out of the tunnels right there, just really worn down and killed the
Right,
grass.
but they're not using the tunnels to get to the
Right.
door for some reason. So that's okay.
Or
Okay,
if they
well,
are, it's not the only reason. So like there's not
Yeah.
a path going right to the door or anything.
All right. Well, do you want to have a look at the doors while we're waiting for everybody else to finish as well then? Or is somebody else going to look at the doors while we're here?
Well, Galen, what are you doing?
To continue splitting the party, I wanted to go over to 23.
All right, sure. And this is the one that's all broken down, so you can see inside
Yeah.
as well. So what this is, it is the open courtyard area. There is it's like an open air mausoleum. So like you walk in and there's this big stone tomb, just like right in the middle of the place.
Any epitaph?
There's not. It's actually the stone has been highly polished. It's the same stone that the walls and everything else are made of, but someone has taken more time and care to actually polish it, so it's got more of a finished look to it. It's intact. It hasn't been shattered or apparently opened. It looks to be quite heavy, but there's nothing. There's no carvings in it at all. The doors that were standing here, one's laying flat down on the inside, the other one's laying on the outside, and it looks like it's a duplicate of what you saw at the front gates. It's that earth creature thing again.
What is A, B, C, D, etc.?
Rooms. Like they look like maybe cloister cells where monks would go and meditate. And they're very sparse. They're very small. Well, I guess they're not that small. They're 20 feet, 20 feet square.
It's like, oh, the ones in Obama so big. Yeah.
It's a spacious monk cell, or made for very large monks.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just investigating around there. If anything interesting.
So the door that's laying, the left hand side that's laying face up on the inside, still has actually a gem embedded in the door.
Suddenly, Jasmine's there. I'm not going to pull it. Yeah. Well, I've no idea where Magpie is. I'll investigate the door then. I'm not looking at prying out the gem right this moment because I have other thoughts in mind. But I'll have a look.
Leave it to the experts.
All the doors that you're seeing here, for the most part, are broken, so you can see in. But this string E, F, G, and H across the back was a little bit more sheltered, and those doors are still closed, and you can't see into those rooms. But all the rest of them are broken or shattered enough that you can see inside.
Well, I'll have a look at the gem on my door first, and then wander around.
Purple gemstone, about the size of your fist. It's been crudely faceted.
Is this reminiscent of that statue we saw? Would this fit in that?
It might.
Interesting. Oh, so I'm not touching it at the moment. I'm just looking at it. And then, sure, I'll go look in the back rooms because, what the hell?
Okay.
That way we can all be split apart when whatever attacks us.
Okay, so E, F, G, and H, doors are closed. They're wooden doors. They look like they've been swollen in place from just humidity and just being neglected. Which one are you going to check out?
Strength 10. I can't move any of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just try and open a random door, they're swollen in the frame. You think that at this point you'd have to break them down to get in. You don't think?
Yeah, I'm not going that far. I'll have a listen to the doors, but otherwise I'm not going to go. If any of them do still want to open, it's enough. Otherwise,
okay. Do you listen to the door after you kind of shake it to see if it'll open, or before?
Seems like I did it afterwards.
All right. Roll a d6.
I do with it. Listen at door. Elven, listen at door.
There is something rattling in there.
Odd.
If you wait just a moment trying to figure out what it sounds like, the sound stops.
I am leaping to the probably incorrect decision that there's someone chained up in there. So I'm going to break the door open.
Okay.
D6 initiative.
Well, first give me a strength check.
No. Let's see. No bonus or anything. No, I don't.
Okay. So you attempt it, like you boot the door and it shakes. There's some crack and dust coming off of it, but you don't manage to boot it down. And that motion, you hear that clattering inside again. And then if you wait a moment, it stops. So Fig Jam and Radnar, from where you guys are standing looking at the vegetation, you can kind of see Galen, through the Actually, you probably can't. I take that back. No, the building is in the way. You don't see them.
Alright.
But Darby and Jazz can. You can see Galen trying to boot stomp a door, not having much success. So Jazz and Galen, you root around in all the debris in here a bit more. You don't really come up with anything else. Everything is just too badly decayed.
We can head back and join the others, I guess.
Okay. Which others? Fig Jam and Radnor or Galen?
Probably Galen, because that was the place I was interested in.
Okay.
After.
Yeah, I'll follow.
All right. All right. So yeah, you're seeing Galen trying to boot down a door without much luck.
What's going on? What are you doing?
There's something. I was listening, having looked in here, and there's something rattling inside.
Hey,
I think someone's chained up in there.
let me try.
Wait. Shouldn't we check for anything dodgy and dangerous before we start kicking?
Oh, yeah.
Look at Jazz, all afraid of things.
Yeah, go ahead.
By the way, Magpie just hanging out near the entrance, filing her nails, wanting nothing of this adventuring.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a full report to the Locksmiths Guild.
Oh, I did find trap skill.
A roll.
Was
There
it
you go,
looking?
please.
All right. It seems like if you make a lot of noise or try to bang on the door, open the door, there is something in that room that rattles and then just settles down almost immediately once any banging on the door stops.
Is it like a metallic rattling, or what kind of rattling do
No,
we think?
it's more like no, it's not metallic at all. It sounds more like something that's hollow, rubbing against, it's the stone. Kind of
Can
a
we tell
dry,
if it's-
hollow kind of sound.
Does it sound large or small, or is it?
The noise itself is quiet. It's not making a large amount of noise.
And it's not words. It's not something we can understand. Okay.
It's just rattling noise. Again, it repeats anytime you make noise against the door or try to open the door.
Does it sound like it could be a trap? In my experience.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Motion
Does
on
it
the
sound
door
like
seems to
a
set it
door
off.
to
That's
set
all
it
you
off?
know.
Does it sound like it's attached to the door, or it's inside? the door?
No, it sounds like it's just beyond the door.
So I think we could open the door safely.
Well, I can't.
Well, we'll send Magpie.
Now, the door can't be physically opened as it's intended anymore. The wood is swollen into the frame. There's no way that it's going to open as it should. It's going to have to be broken down.
That's Darby. Go and break it.
Yeah, I'll try to break it, but I'm really not that strong.
You're a dwarf. Come on.
Yep. So, same thing. It's a good solid kick to the door. It rattles a little bit, but it stays mostly intact. And again, a little louder this time. You can hear that rattling of the other side, and it just kind of settles down after a moment. Fig Jam and Radnar, you can see that the other guys here had gone in this direction over here, and you're hearing the sound of them kicking against the wood.
Subtle, aren't we? I think, can you get a dagger or something and just sort of pick out a splinter of wood or something so I can peer through it?
Yeah.
Or is the wood so hard at this point that you can't even?
It's
move it?
almost petrified. That's one of the reasons it's resisting so well. We'll say.
Hammer and chisel in.
We'll save your
Diamond
ego and
trooper.
say, well, it's a stone door. What do you expect?
There. Do you have a spell? Hasn't anyone got open warped doors or something?
Oh, you can use tools like if you've got.
Yeah, we've got things like I've got my
Yeah,
mace. I'm
maybe.
sure we can get something just to
Yeah,
break it down
something.
with. I was just wanting to, perhaps we could just peek through first rather than just full on. Also, there's a question of sound, which is we're probably rather moot at this point.
Well, I mean, Galen, having said that, the roof probably hasn't weathered as well as this door has. If you want to climb up there, you might be able to look in through a broken roof.
All right. Locksmith, you want to lift up?
I don't mind climbing, or you can climb
Yeah.
if you're brave.
All right. So Galen gives the heave ho, and you can stand on his shoulders there, Jazz, and peer over. So the tile roof is broken in a few spots. So if you want to climb up there and kind of look in.
Sure.
What's your
Yeah.
constitution? How big of a man is Jazz?
It's very small, much like myself. Constitution 13.
Oh, actually,
That's
you're
average.
You're average, yeah, to the beefier
Yeah.
side of average.
Actually, a +1. Yeah.
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 All right. Roll me a d6.
To see if you smash through the
Yeah,
the roof.
Don't drop me.
Oh,
Yeah,
this-
I mean, you hear some of the clay tile, kind of just shatter underneath you, but it seems like it's got a good solid frame underneath it. So you're breaking some of the clay, but you're not falling through the roof. And so you're looking inside, and what you're seeing is it looks like the other cells over here, A through D, that are open. It's a wooden frame that used to have hay in it for a bed. But this one is occupied. There is a form that's kind of seated, head down. It's robed. Its hands are inside the robe sleeves. And whenever there's like noise outside the door, it stands up just a little bit, and it seems to be making that rattling sound. And then once the noise stops, it sits back down.
And when it stands up, how large is it,
Human size.
more or less?
Yeah, just
Does it say skeletal in nature?
can't really tell. He's looking down from above, and the hood's on, and its hands are inside the robe, so you really can't tell. But it is odd that it makes that kind of clinking sound whenever it moves.
Mm.
I will take a small copper piece and throw it at the
Ooh,
thing.
a whole copper. Ooh, it's extravagant.
I will pick it up after.
I'm surprised that Jazz doesn't have like one silver piece with a string tied through it that he, that he fishes with. All right. So the coin chinks in. You see that the head moves very quickly to follow it, and then it looks up, and yeah, you can see the skeletal face, and it seems to see you, and its recessed eyes. There's like little purple spots of light, and now that it sees you, it stands up and takes a swipe at you. It's not quite tall enough to reach the roof, so it tries to stand on the what's remaining of the wood frame, and to get a little bit of height, and it can just scrape the top of the ceiling, but it can't get any more height. And so you guys outside can hear the rattling sound being more strenuous now.
Turn to Dubby. He's made me a friend.
Nah.
Does the creature
Yeah.
look magical in any way? Like it's as reanimated?
Well, yeah, it's an animated skeleton, and you don't get much more magical than that.
But is it like I don't know? Is it behaving?
Does it look valuable?
Yeah. Does it look intelligent, or is it more like a
Well,
zombie?
it's
just-
obviously intelligent, because after you threw the coin, it noted the coin fall, but knew to look up at you. So
Right.
It's intelligent.
Yeah, even gamers don't look up.
Ever.
Yeah.
I'll try and speak to it.
What language?
I don't speak much because I didn't go to school, so I just got common. Really.
Okay.
Chaladarian. Hello.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
So if you speak common, it doesn't really respond. If you speak Trolladarin,
Yeah.
it says some words back to you very quickly. Give me an intelligence check.
I'm a very intelligent
Yep.
individual. I got intelligence 12.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Better better than Darby and I.
Hey, you made
There you
it.
go.
It is speaking
Wow.
Trolladaran, but it's like a modern person listening to someone speak Elizabethan era English. So it's very ancient form of Trolladaran, very formal. And essentially it's translating as "come closer so I can eat you."
Mm.
So I guess you've been here a long time. Does it have any weapons on it? Or
No, it does not.
Do the robes look like a monk's robe, or is
They
it more
do. They do. They're very thick, but now that it's moving around, you can see that there's tears, there's mold. Yeah, it's very old, but it's resisted the moisture in the environment for a while.
I don't know why he's still alive. Why is-
It's a
Why
magically
is it
resurrected
alive?
skeleton. How do skeletons live in the first place?
Yeah.
There's only one.
There's
I
only one in
believe
the
so.
cell. Yeah.
Is there anything else in the cell? Any furniture or gold?
No, just the remains of a wood frame bed. You don't see anything else in there.
Do you want to have a look in the other cells that were also barred and see if there's also? Well, first of all, do you tell us what's in there?
Yeah, well, you're carrying my weight, so I report back to you. There's a hungry monk in here who's been dead a while.
Oh.
I could just crawl across, I guess, and look down into the other
Yeah.
cells.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
I don't want to fall through them.
And do
I'm
you
very
go-
light. I don't weigh much. All right, 5.
So he was trying to kick in F. So do you go up to E or do you go down to G?
I'll fancy a bit of G.
Okay. You look in. It's an empty cell. Looks just like the one occupied by a skeleton. But there is what looks like a trunk at the foot of the bed in this one.
That's it.
Trunk. That's all I need. Trunk.
So Galen and Fig Jam, are you guys heading over, or like it looks like everybody went in that direction?
I guess so. I mean, we haven't got anything else here to look at right now. So
You can go to the big black house.
yeah, we could do, but you know, doesn't seem like fun. I don't know, unless Radnor wants to go over there.
You're
I
muted.
could learn to
There we
unmute myself. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's check it out.
go. Check out the doors, or check out what the rest of the party is doing.
Yeah, what is safety in numbers.
Alright.
Well, you go over there, and they're milling around, and you can see that as you're coming up, that Jazz is on the roof, peering down excitedly into a room.
There's
Okay,
nothing
given-
in the room. Nothing at all.
Okay. There is something I'm going to be doing now that he's told me that he's left. I want to try and bash a hole in the door so that I can see him and turn undead.
Okay,
'Cause I want to try and put him down out of his misery.
right. You want to use your weapon or like a camp
Yeah, mace.
axe, or the mace. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just roll me a damage roll for your mace.
Maybe. Where did I put that? On the sheet is the damn things. There it is. Put on melee. Oh, it doesn't do it automatically. Oh, no, I'll just push that button and it should. Bang! 6.
Okay. Yeah, that shatters a good portion of the door, enough that you can see into the room. It's attracted by the noise. It looks in your direction, and just it rushes the door, tries to stick its hand out through it and throttle you.
Oh, that's a typical reaction.
Yep. Every time someone sees you, that's a typical reaction. They want to throttle you. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's your superpower, man. Okay, yeah. What do you do?
Turn undead.
All right. Give me a roll on the chart and tell me what the result is.
So you roll 2d6. 8. I turn. What am I at the moment? 4th level. I turn 3 hit dice and Yeah, 3, I turn 2, I turn 1, I destroy. If he's level 1, he's just destroyed.
Ah,
If he's level 2 or higher, 2 or 3, then he's turned. Otherwise,
yeah,
not
it's
affected.
destroyed. Yeah, so whatever animating force was making the skeleton have the resemblance of life just flees. You see purple energy come out of the eye sockets, and the form just crumples to the ground.
Ain't going to be having no unholy demons around here on my watch. I'm going to clear it, damn it.
Good. So this skeleton was in K?
It was an F.
If
F.
Jazz is right now
Yeah.
above room G from the top, and so like everybody's just standing this court area here.
I'll rattle E and see if there's a similar reaction there.
Okay, yeah. So you know what to listen for. There's a rattle behind the door.
Another one.
Okay, I'll try to open the door.
You can try and kick it in. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's go.
Strength roll.
Oh, failure.
Yep. Same thing. It's the door was made of wood at one point, but it's so old that it's petrified. It's mostly stone now. So you succeed at bruising your feet.
Yeah.
If you want to hack at it, I'll be ready on.
That would be a good job for
Oh!
Ragnar.
Hey, I just thought of something.
Whoops! Don't.
Right.
This can't be good.
How many hit dice does your turn undead affect?
Randall wasn't here yet. Oh no!
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
can't. I did not turn level 4.
All
I
right.
didn't
You're
do enough
fine,
level
Ragnar.
4.
I'm level 5 undead.
Yeah,
you're right.
I can turn level 5, but I need to run 11 or 12.
I didn't think about that. Shit.
Yeah. No, I'm perfectly aware of it, but I'm not good enough yet to really impact you. I would if I could. I would if I could.
Yeah, so far it checks out that Ragnar's not evil. You haven't successfully turned him anytime you tried.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to turn him at that point. Anyway, we'll take care of that skeleton. I don't know if you just want to have it as red, because I can't fail to destroy a level 1 creature.
Okay. Well, it's just a matter of okay. So
Pushing a
here's
hole
why
in
I
it.
asked you to do the damage. If you can break the door with one blow, we don't have to go into initiative. But if you fail to
Okay.
do so,
Well, Darby, do you want to take that? Do you want to hit first?
Yeah.
Okay.
all right.
Just do your damage.
Yeah, just do damage. No,
6.
yep.
6.
Shatter the door enough for Galen to look inside. Right. So now that you're peering in there as well, same sort of skeletons still wearing these robes that remarkably are mostly intact. This room does actually have a chest at the foot of the bed as well. So let's ask Jazz what he's doing above room G while this is going on. So everyone's distracted over there, Jazz.
Yeah.
And that's why I went to E, because you went to G, so that's why I went to E. Yeah.
How far down is the drop? How far down does it drop into the room?
10 foot.
10 foot. Can I climb back out easily, do I think?
Well, if you stand on the chest or the bed and do a nice little jump, you can probably grab the edges and pull yourself up.
All right, I'll drop down into the room and I will check for anything dodgy and dangerous
Yeah,
on the
give
chest.
me that roll.
There you go.
Is that a success?
Let me check. My character sheet. I've been using the same character sheet for a year, and it's a gigantic mess of script.
Just like Jazz, a gigantic
Yeah.
mess.
Just a mess. I need. Where are we? Find room. Oh no, I need 30. I've got 39.
Okay, as far as you know, it seems fine. This is also made of wood that has just vitrified with age, so it's mostly solid, almost stone now, but it's intact.
I will. What kind of? Is it got a locking mechanism or? What's
No,
on-
actually, it doesn't. No keyhole or anything. It's just got a just closed lid. It doesn't actually. It looks like it once had leather hinges, rotted off, long since rotted off.
So can I just lift the lid off, do I think?
Yeah.
Or actually, I'll take my short sword and just flick it up.
Okay. You flick it up, and there's like a puff of like powder that comes up. It's like, it's like spores almost, like a plant would release. What kind of sword do you have? Long sword, short sword?
It was a short sword, but I am holding my breath.
Okay, yeah. The lid actually came up with just a little prying. Apparently, the inside was pressurized. Something rotted in here, was building up gas, and just a little bit of prying on the lid was enough to just rocket the lid off. The gas is released, and these spores are just kind of wafting in the air.
Yes. I put my hand over my mouth and nose, and I peer into the chest.
Okay. It looks like it's a scroll. It looks like it's metal. Maybe copper, a rolled scroll made of copper. So like you would unroll it, and the writing is hammered into it. It's gone green with verdigris, but it still seems to be intact.
Anything else in there?
No, that's it. It looks like this was not like a personal storage of someone. Like you can see the remains of what used to be like a fancy cushion in the bottom with the scroll laying on top. So like this is not the room's occupants like place to just throw crap. Like this was intended for this scroll to be in here like this.
I very carefully pick up the scroll.
Okay.
Can I unravel it?
You think if you don't take exceptional care with it, you may damage it, but your locksmith abilities tell you might degrade the value of the property.
Oh, screw that! So I'll just tuck that into my tuck it into my bag.
It's pretty hefty. It's very thin hammered copper, and a fair amount of it on these two wooden dowels.
Do I think it looks like a regular scroll for like a royalty, or does it look magical, like a wizard would be interested?
Do you have an intelligence bonus at all?
I do not.
Okay, give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence 12, I got 11.
You figure this is probably their holy book.
All right, I will put it in my little bag, and I will hop out back onto the roof.
Yeah, not a difficult task for a locksmith of your abilities. Meanwhile, outside, you've laid another monk to rest. If you're just going to go down the line and check.
Yeah.
All right.
If someone wants to go for the truck, they can do that.
Yeah.
But
So room G.
it's empty. That was one that
Yeah.
Jez was in.
And then room H is empty as well, but there is another one of those trunks at the foot of the bed in room H.
Okay.
Well, I'll look at it.
All right. Jazz, do you warn anybody?
You might want to close your mouth because there's some spores in the last one.
Oh, I'll follow this advice.
Yeah, same thing. Once you start prying, the inside is pressurized, and the lid just blows off, and there's this spew of spores coming out. And in much the same, there's hammered copper scroll laying inside.
Oh, hey, I found this scroll.
Don't try and open it. It's very delicate. You give it to me, the expert.
Do you cast spell at all?
I'm very good at praising delicate.
Well, maybe I'll begin by showing it to Richard or Galen, maybe.
No, don't show it to them.
Yeah, Richard.
They might just use it as intended. Ah.
Look at this scroll.
That looks very delicate. You should show it to Jazzman. No, let's have what is that? Let's have a look. Ah. Ah, I see. Ooh. Exciting.
Hmm.
Do you want me to make an intelligence roll or
Nah,
something?
I know
to-
you've got a
you-
bonus, so yeah,
you've got the
you figured
bonus.
this is their holy book. It might be magical if you want to take the 10 minutes to find out. But it is delicate. You don't know if you can unravel it without a lot of care to find out what's on it.
All right. Well, I wouldn't mind taking the 10 minutes to have a look and generally casting my eye over the courtyard as well to see if there's anything else here that is magical.
Sounds
If we
good.
can. So yeah. Give me 10 minutes while I go into my trance.
All right. While that's going on, what is everybody else doing? It literally takes 10 minutes for him to do this.
Well, I would like to clamber around on the roof to see if I can see any more chests or monks in the other rooms.
Yeah, all the other rooms are so badly decayed. They like if they had chests, they've just been turned to powder. You don't see any remnants. You see some copper scraps in a few of them. So it looks like maybe other, tomb raiders have come here before you and maybe have
Locksmiths.
taken a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing otherwise. Fig Jam. It is magical. It has a low necromantic kind of flavor to it.
I wondered.
What's your alignment?
I am neutral.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't feel to you like it's anything, ominous or otherwise, but it's got a touch of necromancy to it.
Might explain these skeletons. I think it's necromantic. Here you go, Darby. You found it. You have it. And if I look around, oh no, because I'm inside the building, aren't I? So I can't see outside.
It lasts for as long as you're focusing on it.
All right.
And there's not a lot of walls or anything to worry about.
Oh yeah, I
outside
guess
those
so. Yeah,
cells,
that is
so-
true. So yeah, I just want to generally cast my eyes around this whole area and see, if there's anything.
Okay.
So it's a giant radiant pool of magic. Ah!
Exactly, it could be. There might be a hideous magical beast hiding at the bottom of it. Who knows?
Galen, what did you do with the gemstone?
I left it in the door.
All right.
Gemstone.
Gemstone in the door. Magical.
Ooh.
All right, so the other half of the door is face down, so you don't see that. Give me just a second to figure out what else you might see.
Oh, no problem.
I mean, depending on what you tell us, we'll probably move the door so you can see the other side of it. You
I
may
mean,
not tell us
eventually I
anything.
will say, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, there are several things that radiate from the pool in 21.
Do they move? Can I tell that? Are they moving things
Nope.
in there?
No, they're not moving. It just looks like they're at the bottom of the pool.
Right.
That's what I'm doing on Far Cry at the moment, jumping into freaking lakes to get the loot chest at the bottom of the water.
But that's the only thing that you're able to see.
From where I am.
Yeah, from where you are, right? Galen, if you do want to go and get some help to flip the other stone door over, there's a matching gem on the other side. Same thing. It is magical.
Hmm.
This is great.
I'll also point out that this is reminiscent of the sockets that we had in the statue.
What's your intelligence bonus, Richard?
Plus
four?
1,
Three?
I believe.
I thought it was higher than that.
All right, +1. Give
I
me.
no, 17.
Oh no,
yeah,
that's
this
+2.
Plus 2.
Oh, it's plus 2.
three.
Oh, yes, of course it is. 2 additional. Yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
gems. Whether you wish to announce this or not, they do have a Dwemer on them. It's bad. Like it's cursed. Like it may attach itself to whoever defiles the door.
Oh. Oops.
much do I dislike jam?
oh,
I will
look!
be
I
telling
found a
everyone.
gemstone.
It's
I get the feeling that the locksmiths have ways of dispelling that sort of thing anyway. Otherwise, after gems that would be trouble.
Oh,
Oh,
we
maybe
normally
that's
just
the-
sell them on to people. Look at this lucky charm.
Oh,
All right,
maybe magic users get a cut of the proceeds as well for dispelling the jam. Hey,
Oh,
maybe
it
they're
could,
not
yeah.
all.
the
Who
things
knows?
at the bottom of the lake, excuse me,
Is it-
don't have that same vibe to them.
All right. Well, yes, I will be telling everybody. Hey, for those gems you just found, you don't want them. Stay away. They're bad. But there's more stuff at the bottom of the lake. I don't
I'm
know if there's
beginning to
anything in
think
the
that
lake.
this monastery wasn't dedicated to pure goodness.
Mm.
I mean, it wasn't dedicated to evil either.
Skeletons and
But I mean, just you don't think that good places would have, protections on things as well?
Necromantic predictions?
Maybe, if that's the most efficient way of doing something. I mean, it's not as if necromancy is evil or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Silence.
Not, they're
It's
perfectly,
just resurrection.
yeah, there are perfectly good uses for necromancy.
Ah.
I myself am kind of a fan of necromancy, at least right now.
True, yes.
The flaming
suppose
skull
you-
says A-OK.
Can you just float into the lake and have a look at what's in there, or do you need? Can you not penetrate water that easily, or
I don't know.
You haven't tried.
Does it need a snorkel or something to get there?
I have a potion.
Well,
for
I
this.
don't breathe, do I?
You don't need to
No.
breathe, no.
Okay, well, I'll go check out the lake then.
because
Right.
the lake itself isn't in any way radiant or magic, so it's not going to affect you.
Okay.
It's just the objects.
How exactly will you pick up the magical things that are at the bottom of the lake?
Investigate them is what I was initially thinking, and work out what they are.
Well,
before
I've got a
we go.
mouth.
Teeth? He can put
Yeah.
them in his teeth.
Yeah, all right, okay, sorry. That makes sense. All right. If there are fish down there, you might be able to eat some as well. That'd be great for you.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Back to the devil trout fire rifle. Nasty thing.
Devil trouts. Oh god.
So are you
Yep.
going to do that, Radnar?
Yeah.
Dive in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your flames are not extinguished. You go in and you find that
Nice.
you can move in water, although you are moving slowly. You're half movement rate.
Okay.
So as you're peering around, the first thing you notice is that the edges of this lake used to be a bathhouse. Like you were seeing the stone chambers and cisterns. The water itself is warm, like there's a geothermal vent near the bottom, so it's like warm water.
Okay.
I wish I had one
And
of
would
those
I be able
things.
to tell if something was warm or not? I mean, I don't know what
Yes.
my.
No, you
Okay.
you still get sensation.
Okay.
Not that it hurts you, but you do get sensations.
Gotcha.
The edges of the lake are fairly shallow, 2 to 6 feet, but towards the center it gets deep. And the things that Fig Jam was keying on, some of them were closer to the shore, but the density was in the depths. Do you
Okay.
Okay. Roll me a
Yeah.
d6.
All right.
Would love to have a hot, warm spring right nearby at the moment.
All right.
All right. Roll to 6.
All right, you're not surprised. There is a long, sinuous creature that starts to circle up from the depths of the lake, coming to investigate you. It looks like, it looks like an aquatic giant centipede.
Hmm.
All right,
Well,
yeah, it
Reno, you
definitely
can take
thinks that you might be something to eat. So go ahead and roll me an initiative roll. You can add your dex.
I want to take a bite. You can do it.
I
We
have
believe in
dex.
you.
Oh, I have a +3 on my deck, so. I guess that would be 7.
Okay, are you going to cast?
Yeah, I should cast Charm Person on it.
Well, Charm Person doesn't work against creatures.
Oh,
You need
that's
charm
right.
monster
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
I'm not saying you
No,
can't.
I don't have
cast it if
that
you don't want.
memorized. was thinking if I had it memorized, I would cast Radnor's Dyspeptic Bowels. But no, I don't have
Let's
that
Why
find
do you
out how
not have that
centipedes crap.
memorized? Why do you not have that memorized? It's your special.
Yeah.
I don't know. I took Charm Person instead. Durr.
So no spell.
No.
Okay. It rolled.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's not going to be the 7. Or even match it.
So you go first, which could include just. Oh, wait, hold on. Which could include just getting the heck out of the water, as it hasn't closed
Yeah.
with you yet.
I mean, I'd like to go and get it, but I think there's still a shred of humanity in Radnor, which would be like, nope, that's dumb. Just get out of here. So that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So Radnar comes rocketing back to the surface.
When I shoot out of the lake, I'm gonna go up a little bit so I've been wanting to do this kind of survey around to make sure there's not like some weird people sneaking up on us or something.
Ooh. Give me a D6 roll.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh.
Just because we've been wandering around making a lot of noise, not checking for anything. I don't know
Okay.
why you're thinking I'm going to check.
In fact, just outside of the ivy-covered walls, to the north and to the south, there are 2 bands of orcs that are they're crouched down, spears and axes, occasionally peering through cracks in the walls to see what you guys are doing, but trying to stay very quiet.
Okay, I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'll rocket back down to the party and be like, okay, there's this like weird centipede giant creature down there, but there's also 2 groups of orcs, one from either side coming after us.
The group to the north, at least one of their party sees you rocket up and points.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, if I see him point,
It doesn't
What's
change
the-
what they're doing. He just points, and everybody looks up. And they just hunker down.
But remember, they see the full figure of Radnor. They don't
Yep.
just see the skull. They see the full figure of Radnor.
yeah. So I'll come back down and just tell him what's up and go, should I fireball one of these groups?
That's what you do best.
That's what I'm thinking.
Red on the fire.
So
And-
I'll
and what-
point out to I'll describe to the group where these 2 groups are and say I'm gonna go fireball the people that saw me.
How many were in the group?
How many were in the group, by the way?
Dozen in each group, thereabouts.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
10 to 12.
Maybe it might be best to see if we could, kind of get out of here. How big does invisibility just affect a creature or does it affect a group?
Creature or item.
Okay.
You need mass invisibility
Yeah.
or visibility 10 feet to get everyone.
Right. Okay.
So, orcs, using my knowledge, do they have clawed feet?
Yeah.
So they might be the people who were doing the thing before?
Orcs are
Tracks.
also intelligent creatures, so some of them may be shod as well, which should account for the boot prints as well.
Ah, yeah. But we didn't see any claws or anything over by the secret tunnels. Oh, hey, we found secret tunnels, by the way.
Oh.
The
be
grass
useful to
was so disturbed. It's really hard, and
You
there was a
couldn't
lot
tell.
of motion.
All right,
You
okay,
couldn't
fine.
really tell. Yeah.
And did you see anything under the water, Ragnar?
Yeah, I'll describe.
Not a thing.
what
Go
I
take a
saw.
dip.
I'll describe what I saw underwater and talk about there was this big centipede creature thing
Hmm.
that started to come after me. That's why I kind of shot out of there.
Okay, yeah.
Although it did look kind of tasty.
I was looking tasty last time. So.
Well, that you surprised me. That's what that
Still
was.
Still got the teeth marks.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You're not sorry about that.
I want him to think I am, though.
So what do we do? Do we take on the orcs or do we run? What do we think?
I mean, if there's 24 of them, are we a match for 24 orcs,
Oh, hell no.
or even 12?
Or
Not even
one.
sneak. We could probably do 4, maybe. I don't know.
I'm thinking, given that we've been making some noise, we could go for the secret tunnels that we just found out about. Or do we want to go to the house? Because they haven't attacked us on the house at all. It's in the big black house. Because nothing's happened from there.
True. We haven't looked at that. I mean, they're just looking at us right now, yeah?
Wait, just see what happens to us.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know they're going to attack us immediately.
They probably think, look at these fools going into the castle of death.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these fools going and talking to the skeletons and stuff.
How many stories does this black house have?
It's you don't know how many actual stories, but it's a good 20 feet tall.
Is it holes in the wall?
No, they're actually fairly well intact, although they're covered with ivy.
Can we climb up the ivy?
You want to get on the roof?
Yeah, get on the roof.
All right. You gonna try and be sneaky about it?
Oh yeah, that's
All right.
my middle name.
Make me
Wait,
a roll.
We can't tell how many stories it is. So there aren't windows?
There are no windows. It's stone walls all the way up.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
20
I missed
feet
that.
could just mean it has high ceilings. You don't know if
It
that
could
means
be,
it has
yeah.
2 floors or not.
Oh, okay.
I try and get Magpie's attention to get it to come over to us away from the orcs.
All right, 47. I make the roll, I guess.
All right. Okay, so the top of this building is fairly flat, canted a little bit so the rain hits it and it doesn't just stay up there. It slides at a small angle down. It's almost completely even with the top of the wall. And so the reason why I asked you if you're being sneaky or not is you can see the orcs. They don't see you. You made your roll. But you can see them kind of hunkered down and occasionally looking through the cracks of the wall to see what you guys are doing.
Oh. Do they have their weapons drawn?
They got spears and axes, and they're just kind of, sitting on their haunches looking in. So they've got them at hand.
Are there any holes in the roof that I can look to see inside the building?
Yeah. Give me just a second. This whole area is open to the sky. There are 5 statues in here, again, like that earth creature that's on the door, and their hands are up like this. It looks like they were holding up maybe a ceiling or maybe just an awning that's not there anymore. It might have been made of wood or something a lot more fragile to the elements. But the hands are very even and flat, so it looks like they were all holding up something at some point.
Can I see anything on the floor of the building?
Stone? No, you don't really see anything. You also don't see any doors in here as well.
No doors, no windows. I guess I should drop down inside.
Okay, drop inside.
Climb down. Climb down. Can I go via the hands that are pointing up, holding up?
Yeah, you can just hop onto one if you want and climb down the statue if that's what you want to do. It's easy.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. You are not immediately devoured by an unknowable god. Yeah, make it down. What's everyone else doing since Jazz is freewheeling it again? He hasn't said anything, but you haven't heard any screams either, so that's usually a good thing. Magpie's with your group now.
Do we go in?
There's no doors, I guess. So.
Well, there are 2 doors. They're outside, and there is doors out there for them.
Okay.
Right. Let's go and see if those doors have those same crystals in them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't wanna
They
go
do.
touch
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. They
If
do.
nothing else, we'll be up closer to the tunnels to run away as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but diving into the... well,
Hmm.
I was going to say diving into the tunnels when they can see us dive into the tunnels isn't great.
All right, so
Well,
you guys
easier
are
to guard though than being outside.
So you guys
True.
are around the door. Galen, your idea about those indentations on the door you saw outside were correct, because the knockers on this one are there, but they're more like big pull rings, not really door knockers. All right. Everybody except for Jazz, who is safely inside the courtyard, roll me a d6.
Oh.
Damn that Jazz and his safely inside places.
I am not surprised.
I rolled a 1.
I am.
All right, Galen, you're the only one not surprised.
6.
And Fig Jam. So Galen and Fig Jam, you guys, okay, so you guys are in initiative. Everybody else you're going to be in the initiative count, but you can't take an action because you're yeah. So yeah, you didn't really look behind to see if these holes behind you were filled, and they are now. And so spears are being chucked out at you. So go ahead and roll a d6 for your side. And
Richard, you do that.
Yeah, the two of you that are not surprised, are you going to cast?
We can't see what we're casting yet, can we?
Depends what you're casting.
The
as
two
well.
of you kind of just, maybe it's just peripheral vision, and you see movement, and you turn around and you see that there are orcs inside those holes with spears about to be thrown. So yes, you can. You have targets.
Solid, I'll cast. It's not going to be brilliantly helpful, but I'll cast.
Okay.
No, I won't right now.
All right. So who rolled the d6 for your side?
I did. We got a 2.
You got a 2.
So we're going second.
They go 3. So yeah.
They're going 3rd.
Yep. 3 spears coming your way.
Funk, funk, funk.
Nice try.
Well, do what I can.
Each of these are at a +1, so the 2 is going to miss. The 9. I don't think anybody's got an armor class as low as 9. Well, that would be what, a 9, 10,
Possibly.
a 12. No one's got anything that low.
No.
No.
Nope.
So they miss. The spears go.
No, I've got a
flying
9
away.
armor class.
You got a 9?
Yeah, I got a 9. I'm a
Okay.
magic user.
Were they aiming for you, though?
Yeah, they're not necessarily. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're number 3, Richard.
All right.
Give me a second.
Oh, was Magpie surprised?
Oh no.
Magpie was not surprised. Okay, yeah, you take a spear. 4 points of damage. As, you suddenly got about a yard of spear stuck
My
in your gut.
spleen! My precious spleen!
That's all your new hit points.
No, it's not. I got 5 hit points when I
Yeah.
leveled up. So
Oh, nice.
yes, I'm still better than I was.
All right, so it's your guys' turn. At least the 3 of you that can act. So Fig
Yeah.
Jam can act. She's gonna toss a dagger. Well, yeah, she's gonna toss a dagger.
I'm going to say,
Oh
open
my
the doors.
gosh!
Yeah, well,
Great.
there you go.
Wow.
The NPC just
Hi,
showing you guys
Jazz.
up.
Yeah. Push away.
Just flings a dagger, hits one of them right in the left eye socket, and kills it. Oh man!
Good.
All right, so you were casting, Galen. What are you casting?
Yeah, I've also going to say that open the doors. I am casting Bliss.
Okay. So that goes
Which-
off.
Yep, that gives us a +1 to attack and damage, and a +1 to morale, although that doesn't really terribly matter for us.
All right. Fig Jam.
I was just gonna move like extreme to the left or up or down of them because they've only got a limited area that they can throw
So
at.
like if you
yeah.
go to your extreme south, that pretty much gets you out of everybody's range. So you just take cover is what's going on.
Yeah,
all right.
essentially, yeah, move out of the way.
Bouncing with the spear still on you. All right. So everyone else is now not surprised after seeing Fig Jam sprout a spear. So we'll have Darby roll for your side. Is anyone casting this round? Nope. Okay. Darby.
I rolled a 5.
That's pretty good. They also roll 5. So this all happens at the same time. The orc that was killed by your apprentice Jazz, another one's taken his place. This one has a bow and arrow. So this all happens at once. So why don't you guys take your turns first? I'm just gonna go do the down and
They
ask.
somehow clear the tunnel and get a new person into position.
Just
Or
yank
did
him
they come
down.
out of the tunnel?
No, they haven't come out of the tunnel. They
No,
just
I
yanked
didn't
him
think
down. Another one came up.
All right.
So Darby, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll shoot an arrow.
All right, sounds good. 1, 2, or 3. So 1 is the top hole, middle hole, bottom hole.
Top hole.
Top hole. All right.
Yeah.
Give me a shot. They got a little bit of cover, but a 14 is still going to hit. Plink. Yeah, you do a little bit of damage. Yeah, just kind of wing that one.
Well,
Don't forget we got a +1 to damage. Thanks
No,
to you.
yeah, I rolled
Okay.
a 3. I hit AC 14.
Yeah, you hit. It just doesn't do a lot of damage. All right, Galen.
Oh, I just realized that this is going to potentially be a bad thing. I'm going to grab both. A good character, are going to grab the handles of the door and try to pull at least one open, if nothing else, for
All right.
us to get through.
You're surprised at how easily they swing open. They must be counterbalanced in the joints, and it pulls fairly easily. So
Get in.
Do you open the left or right?
We'll say left door.
Left? Okay. All right, yeah, so you see Jazz climbing down off a statue. Big Jam, you are out of sight of them, but of course that also means that they are not in visual. You can't see them either.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do?
I'm
other
looking
than-
around to see if they're attacking from anywhere else at the same time.
Okay, no motion so far, but again, you've got these 20-foot walls between you and the other orcs.
Yeah, but they can only come through like the entranceways or the holes in the wall. So
Yep, or climb
That'd
over
be
the
easy enough
walls,
as
or
well.
yeah, but you're not seeing
I
any
suppose they
motion
could climb
yet.
over the walls if
Yeah.
they wanted to put themselves at a disadvantage.
Okay,
but
so
yeah.
no motion yet. Jazz Band, you have no idea what's going on.
No,
Yep.
that's a bunch of shouting.
Yeah.
They've
So
done it again.
we'll go on to Radnar.
I'm gonna float up.
Hmm. Now, if you float
And-
up, you have no targets because you can't see down into the holes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not gonna do that. Do I have a target near me I can bite?
If you want to go and streak down one of the holes and bite one of the orcs in there, you can do that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So 1, 2, or 3, top, middle, or bottom.
2.
Middle. All right. Make me an attack roll, melee attack.
All right.
They'll get no dex bonus because it's kind of a narrow tunnel. AC 4, it's going to hit. 2 points of damage. Yeah, you take a big old bite out of them. Now-
Tasty.
Now that you're in the tunnel, you can see that they don't have a lot of maneuvering room. So you feel like you could probably stay like right where you are and be fine and continue the attack.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, they can move their arms, but they're kind of laying down in the dirt, so they can't really maneuver very well. All right, so their turn. Can't see Fig Jam. They can see Galen. They can see Darby. They can now see Jazz. The guy. Well, let's do this one first. Radnar, the one in with you, he's just gonna try and punch you. Just punch you right in the
Okay.
face.
Gotcha.
Oops. Nope. I don't. Well, what's your armor class? That hits an 8.
I've got a AC 6.
Okay, does not hit. Okay, so the targets then are Jazz, Galen, and Darby. All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
2d20. Each of these is +1, so a 15 and a 10. So it's going to hit an AC 5 and an AC 9. So the first one is going to be shooting for. So do 1, 2, 3. Darby, what's your AC?
3.
Miss. And the other one, Jazz, what's your armor class?
6.
Oh, miss. Yeah, 2 misses. That's their turn. Jazz, why don't you roll a d6 for your side this turn? What is anyone casting? No casting.
Not me.
Jazz, you rolled a 1.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, so they go first. Okay, we're going to take care of the trench warfare with Radnar. Miss. The one with the bow is going to try and shoot. He's going to take aim at Darby, actually, because you shot him last time. Miss.
Yes.
And the other one is going to throw another spear. This one's going to be at Galen. Oh, that one's going to hit.
Yeah.
Always hits Galen.
Yeah,
It's like a
take
mag-
5, Galen. You sprout
Ouch.
a shaft out of your left arm. Your guys' turn. I'm just going to go down
Ouch.
the list unless someone has something that might interrupt.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was on mute and I was saying I'm casting. Sorry.
All right, you're casting. All right, what are you casting?
I'm going to use my exciting new spell of Continual Light, and I'm going to try and cast it on the entrance to the thing.
Sure.
So that
there are
can't see
3
out, they're blinded by it, I
entrances.
guess.
So you can
Yeah.
only cast it on one of them. So 1, 2, or 3.
Whichever. Which one did Rednall go down?
2
Then I will cast it on 3.
on 3. Okay. I don't believe it has anything other than. Do they get a save or no?
What
I
if he's
mean-
casting it on an object?
I'm
which is
casting
the
it
tunnel
on
entrance?
on the object,
Okay.
so that it's light down there, so that they can't
Yeah.
see out of the thing anymore.
Yep, I got you. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that
So-
number 3 just lights up brilliantly.
Yep.
Darby.
Yep.
So you've got targets in 1 and 3. You could shoot in 2, but you might hit Radnar.
I will not try that.
hmm
So I'll shoot an arrow in hole number 1,
Okay. It's the one you've been trading arrows with.
and I with the bless spell to have plus
Plus 1 to
Plus
attack,
1.
plus 1 to damage.
Okay, great. Let's go. I hit AC 1.
Yeah. Damage of 3. Okay. It was
3,
already
it's a-
damaged, so you put an
Uh,
arrow.
was
Four,
it-
eh? Actually,
Dead?
it's 4.
It's 4. Yeah, it doesn't have
Yeah.
the plus 1's not included.
You
so-
put an arrow through its eye. This one is not immediately wrenched out of the way, so there's a body just laying there. Galen, with the spear in your arm.
I am going to go through the doors and encourage others to also go through
Yep.
the doors.
So if you go through the doors and just make that turn, you've got a wall between you and
Yep.
the spears. Okay.
And I'll say to Jazz, get ready to disable the doors.
Aye, aye, skipper. Okay.
So
You
Jazz,
can do what
yeah.
you want, okay? But that's, yeah.
Jazz, do you want to close the door, or what do you want to do?
Hmm.
Not closing the door. Think-
I
You can if you want to. Obviously, I can't force you not to. But
Yep.
if you want to close the door, you close the door.
whatever's best for me. I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Push me out, close the door on me. You know.
They were closed before you arrived, so I don't know. All right, let's do this. Yeah, let's disable the doors. Let's stop them.
All right. So the right hand, if you're looking at it from the outside door, wasn't opened, and so it's still closed. The left hand one is opened outwards. So what do you
Yeah.
want to do? You want to make it so that the other one can't be opened?
Well, if one door's already open, it's kind of pointless, isn't it?
Hopefully, you get the point of what I'm
There it
doing.
is.
I don't know, but I don't know if you are.
Oh, I don't. What do you want to do?
You can talk. You can table
We
chatter.
come in, we close the doors, we stop them from being opened again once we're inside, so they can't open the doors and come in.
So
Oh,
Jazz,
yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Yeah,
So you
Okay,
may want
so-
to disable the right-hand door now, so then work on the left-hand one when we close it once we're inside.
okay. That sounds solid. Let's do that.
Okay. So exactly what do you do?
Have we got anything we can wedge in it to stop it being opened?
Well, do you have any spikes in your inventory?
I got plenty of spikes. I am a locksmith.
Yeah. I assume there's a counterweighted door. You could just, for example, cut the counterweight and then boom. I don't know how these doors
The
work.
standard
That's what
locksmith
locksmiths do.
toolkit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it is standard locksmith.
You
actually,
can
it's
try
spikes
and
stuff.
disable the door. So, like as he was saying, make it so
Cut
that
the
the
counterweight,
counterweight
yeah.
doesn't help to have the door opened.
Yeah, I mean, how does the door work? Because I would have to look at it. And,
All right. So make me a roll for that, like you're checking for traps.
Yeah, anything dodgy and dangerous.
Does that make it?
That's it.
Oh,
I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a weighted chain inside that counterbalances the weight of the door. So you can disable that so that the all the weight of the door would be, you would have to be able to push that open. But you also find that this door is actually trapped.
Everyone, stop what you're doing.
Oh, random pick from the.
So
What kind of trap are we talking?
you're not sure, other than there are 3 tubes, like in the door jamb. So when you open the door, whatever's in those tubes will fire through the across the doorway.
Poison darts or something.
I picked the correct door to open.
Yeah, man, you were lucky. I mean, watch
Yeah,
this.
very better lucky than good. That's what they say.
So I'm going to have to disable the tubes. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, you can disable it. You can just stick something
Right.
in, to cover them up if you
Uh-huh.
want. Whatever.
Do you want to leave it trapped so that when they open the right door, it trap goes off on them? Mm.
Let's disable it because I know what our party's like.
Sure. No needed for a roll for that. I mean,
Fair
you
enough.
just basically have to cover the holes.
Yeah.
Radnar, you're in the trench fighting.
Yes, I am.
Go for it.
I've got taste of blood now, so I'm gonna press it. All right. Yeah, probably not.
Armor class 10, actually, that does hit.
Oh, nice.
Because they can't move around so well in here. But the 1 point of damage, basically it's a nuisance bite. You bite like the tip of his nose off.
There's an
Okay.
orc with no nose smell.
And so what Magpie's been doing this whole time is she found
What has she been doing?
she found a hidden door.
Oh.
In the wall to the back end there. It looks like it opens up into some kind of alley between the walls.
She is so much better than the rest of us.
I'm going to have to fire her. She's fired.
Look, she has GM knowledge. No wonder she's finding all these things.
Hey, I'm doing this strictly by the rules.
Yeah, I'm sure
She
you.
made
I'm
her
sure you
rules.
are.
Yeah.
But it's alright.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get that.
All right, so their turn. You won that last D6 roll off, right?
I have no idea where we're up to in turn order initiatives anyway.
Yeah, so it's their turn. So let's just deal with the one that's on you, Radnar. He's still just trying to punch you. He's trying to stick his hand into your eye sockets and then just slam your skull on the walls.
Stop that!
Yeah, he's
like a bowling ball.
yeah, exactly. Not able to do it.
Yep.
The orc in the.
I would stick my tongue out at him if I had one.
All right. Nothing's going on with 3. That tunnel's all lit up, and nothing that you can see is going on in there.
Can I have my floating body illusion give the orcs the finger?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so it's really weird because most of your body is actually underground or in the sides. So because it's an illusion, of course. So it's mostly just your head and shoulders in there.
Nice.
Wow. All right, so Galen, let's have you do the D6 for your side. Are you guys casting anything? And Richard, you cast last round. Okay. Anyone casting this round?
Oh, we
No,
got lost.
I'll move.
Nope. Okay, so 3, they go first. Again, let's go ahead and deal with the one that's on you, Radnar. Oh, man, I can't roll anything tonight for these guys anyway.
I know,
nothing.
that sucks.
Nothing. Something's going on in the lighted room, but nothing else is being fired out of there. Nothing else is going on in the first one. All right, your turn. So Darby, what are you doing?
I'll pick up my sword and I'll try to help Ragnar with this Hork.
All right, yeah. So you move over this way. Okay. I'm gonna say you can get there, but you won't be able to because it's not a straight line, so you can't charge an attack. So you'll just get over there this turn, okay?
Okay, and it's in the wall around here, or no?
No, no, no,
Yep.
over here.
It's those
Yeah.
holes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Galen, so you're safe behind the edge of the wall there. Magpie's called out that she found this chamber over here that goes between the walls. Jazz Band is probably stuffing some cloth and rock into these tubes. What are you doing?
Looking outside and what part of Gillen here is so incomprehensible to you people?
Yelling out. Okay, Fig Jam.
I guess it's the here part. I'm not really sure where here is generally. But I guess I'll come towards you and where your voice is, and that's what I'll do. I'll run in there as quickly as I can.
All right. Yep. So you're in the courtyard. Jazz, you're still waiting to disable the other door, I guess. Is there anything else you want to do while you're waiting? You guys are waiting for Darby and Ragnar to make it back inside. And Darby just ran out, by the way, Caitlin.
Yeah, I was Darby at least. Randall can just go up and over. I'm not too worried about Randall, but Darby at least needs to get inside.
Yeah.
He's ran
What's
off.
Magpie gonna do? Is she gonna?
She's off the back doing this finding.
Yeah,
secret
she's
doors.
waving everybody over that she found this hidden door back here.
We're saying come inside, and she's waving to say no. Come on.
Ah,
I thought she was inside.
Yeah.
Is she not?
She's over here. She's
Yep.
saying there's a secret door here.
Ah, oh, that's cool.
we can't leave Ragnar behind.
Well,
Gonna leave both of you
No, I
behind at
think
this
he's
rate.
coming.
All right. Well, Jazz, if you want to just save your action to just disable the door once it does close, you can just save it
yeah,
for
because
that.
I can't. Who's still outside?
Darby
Darby and
and
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
So I can't close the door, so I have to wait for them, I guess.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll get my bow and arrow ready, and so I can take overwatch position.
All right.
So we're just waiting for these guys to bloody well get a sense, or we'll get the next round of orcs come and attack us, one or the other.
So the only action that's actually going on right now is that middle hole with Galen and Darby. Excuse me, with Darby and Ragnar and the one orc who's just madly trying to beat this disembodied head and shoulders away from him. Let's see. Oh, that'll hit.
Oh, nice.
1 point of damage as he slaps your face, Ragnar.
All right.
All right, so it's just the three of you right now, and this one poor orc in the hole. So let's just let you guys work this out. So Darby, if you want to just go ahead and do an attack roll.
Yeah.
If you thrust him with your sword, you can, that's fine. You won't hit Ragnar.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll
go
go
right
with the
through the
sword.
body. Hey, Randall's body suddenly sprouted a sword from the chest. Going the wrong
It's-
way.
I hit
Hits,
AC 3.
You
Yeah.
kill him. You kill him.
Ooh,
All right.
killed
So
2.
Galen is yelling at you to get into the courtyard. Ragnar, this recently killed fresh meat.
Want to heat?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to eat something here. I think that's
always
what's
eat.
gonna happen.
All right, so this is what I see is so Darby heads back. Ragnar's coming, but he's got his teeth on the body. He's just dragging the body back with him, taking the meal to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so everybody makes it into the courtyard. Jazz,
Finally,
you get the
close
doors
door.
disabled, so
Yeah.
they're harder to open.
Yeah. And we can easily open from our side if we need to. We just re-enable the doors.
Yeah.
Mm, Good.
Yeah. So, where the hell are we?
All right, so
What's the
let's
secret room?
See.
Yeah, I'm interested in the secret room.
There's one more PC. There's one more tokens.
Yeah. Well, there's 6 of us.
So
Yeah.
what this is
Yeah,
it's
magpie.
it's a space between the walls, and you can see that there are doors lining. So like you see this one at the end of the hall here. Yeah, here. Can you see these? Should be able to see these.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Yep.
about.
All right, that's what you see.
Listen. I don't expect
Yeah.
we'll hear anything. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
have a listen.
Sure. Yeah. So when does everybody go into this corridor in here, and so she can close the door?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if there's no other sign of anything interesting in the courtyard, then you will go. Well, I'll go with.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, everyone in.
All right.
Yeah, I go in.
Me too.
Yeah, everyone in.
Why not?
Can we close it behind us? I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. So I
Right.
think we vanished into thin air.
So
Hmm.
everybody, give me a D6 roll if you're trying to
Uh-oh.
stay quiet and listen.
1.
1.
4.
5.
Come on, Fig Jam.
4.
Didn't get the 6 that we were trying to increase.
Yeah,
the
I
secret.
know. I was hoping for it too.
All right, so Jazz and Galen both. Yes, some of these doors, and I assume you're all still trying to be quiet. You can hear the sounds of conversation? Galen or Jazz, do either of you speak goblinoid of any sort or orc?
I speak Hobgoblin,
Hobgoblin. Okay.
Orcish, Hobgoblin, and Gnoll.
Okay. You're hearing Hobgoblin being spoken through some of these rooms. So in particular, rooms 35, or you can't see this. Sorry.
See the number?
That door there, there's several voices speaking all at once like they're arguing. This door seems fine. You don't hear anything coming out of that door. The next one to it seems fine. And there are a lot of noises coming out of this one. It sounds like almost like a party. Like you could hear mugs being clinked together. You can hear very boisterous voices. This is all in Hobgoblin.
Wave.
Slim pie.
Hmm.
I'm going to assume that you're going to explore this. Well, maybe not,
Yeah.
because you know there are voices all around you. If you're going to risk moving or not is the question. Jazz, do you want to try and sneak around to get a better idea of where all the things go?
Yeah.
Magpie's going to try.
Magpie just sort of ninjas all over the place.
Oh, jeez.
She leaves with all the loot.
She's a ghost.
You don't even realize she's gone before she's back, and oh, what?
She's a ghost. All right. So that is and without opening any doors, that's the extent of what you find. The secret door on this side is easily seen from this side. So there's another secret door there. And there's a secret door at the end of this passage, which from this side is very obvious. So this side is not the hidden side.
Okay.
All right. And Jazz, were you looking around too?
Yeah, I mean, if there's another secret door,
Yeah,
like
just get me a move silent roll.
Oh boy.
Where'd this coat of armor come from that you just stumbled into?
All right.
Hey,
High or
let me
low,
check.
Jazz? High or low?
I don't know. Every time I say high, you roll low, so I'm going to say low.
Okay.
Wow.
In low.
You trip and make a lot of noise at the north end over here, where Magpie found this other secret. And you're aware that you just made a whole bunch of noise, and you freeze. You count a few seconds, nothing happens. A minute goes by, and you think you're fine.
I know I'm fine, I'm sure.
Absolutely sure that you're fine.
Certainly sure I'm fine. Right, Magpie?
She just rolls her
Magpie?
eyes.
Okay. So what do we do?
Yep.
Do we get rid of the?
So the most amount of noise is being made over here. There are
Right.
some voices over here.
I'll want to go to this part and listen to the sun voices. Why is it not pinging? Because I'm looking at the Twitch stream. Not. Yeah, that one. The one that
Okay,
had
well,
the
I'm going to
argument.
listen over there. Okay, you do speak
Yeah.
Hobgoblin, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's how I was able to converse with
Right.
the friendly hobgoblins before.
Yep. Some hobgoblin is counting. That's what you're hearing. 10, 11, check. 12, 13. They're supposed to be. Where's 13? Where's 13? Oh, 13, check. That's what you hear.
Oh, okay.
And then there's a pause. 29, 30, check.
Could that be?
They're counting gold pieces.
Are they counting money or people? 'Cause if-
How many ways are we going to kill these intruders? 29, 30.
How many stab wounds before they die?
All right, so everybody else in the corridor, I assume is trying to move as little as possible, so as to not attract noise. If that is incorrect, let me know. But so that's what you hear, Galen.
Not as
Occasionally, you'll hear
exciting as I
another
hoped.
voice. There's at least two people in there, or two beings in there. One of them's counting, and then you hear the other voice saying, "Check, check."
Okay.
Wow.
I don't know what to do. If we go outside these hobgoblins, if we go through these secret passages, these hobgoblins, what can we do? We're trapped in the corridor.
Now, to be precise, outside there are orcs, and
Yeah,
here
all right, or-
you're hearing hobgoblins.
I just hear a whole bunch of death waiting to happen. That's all
Mhm.
I-
Yeah. Okay.
Sort of thinking what I want to happen narratively, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen in any way, shape, or form actually in the game.
I look up at the ceiling of this corridor. Is there any way I can get up, or any
No,
secret?
it's a stone ceiling. The ceiling's only about maybe 7 feet high. There's not a lot of clearance.
What about the floor? Any trapdoors in the floor?
You want to start looking?
Oh yeah, and
Yep.
Magpie, stop. looking.
Well, Magpie pointed out the secret door over here. Well, it's not so secret. Again, it's not disguised on this side. So if you want to make a roll to see if you can find any more, go right ahead.
No.
You don't even see the door she's pointing right at. She's like, it even has a doorknob on it. It's right there.
You're lying.
Don't see
Right.
it.
All right. Well, we're at
Before I do
time,
something
guys.
stupid, Fig Jam, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Before I
well,
do something
yeah,
stupid.
Big Jam, you want to do something?
I mean, I don't know what anybody is saying. Don't understand these languages, but this was here was a soundless room.
And the one next to it too. Those two doors.
Really? I thought that one had. Oh, okay.
No.
Um,
Argue, well, the accountancy's here and
those
the rave
two.
party's
Right,
over
okay,
here.
fine. All right. So, hang on. The courtyard. This thing here. There
Yep.
were no exits from it apart from the secret exits.
Well, other than the big double doors you came in on.
Other than,
right.
right, yeah. Okay. I have no idea what to do. I will sit there going, I will listen at the secret door to see if the orcs come in here. That's the only thing I'll.
Oh, right
do.
at
I'll
the
keep
secret door. Okay,
watch,
yeah.
so to speak.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Make me D6 roll, Fig Jam.
All right.
It's quiet. I mean, you don't hear the sounds of anyone moving. You don't hear any breathing. It's just completely quiet.
Well, there we go.
Well, we're at time, gentlemen. So we'll go
Can I
ahead.
just kick this
yeah.
off with the last thing we're going to do is my stupid thing. As I set that up, and then
Sure, sure.
we'll find out what happens next week. What was the name of the general chief guy that's the head of the other hobgoblin group?
Duh. It's my notes, but I do not have easy access to my notes right now. Maybe
We'll
I
just
do.
say for,
Give me a second. Maybe I do.
can we just say we'll just say it's General Garrick, just so I can get the scene started, as it were.
Grom.
Glum. Yep.
Glum? Okay. I'm going to go through the store and say, we are here to rescue in the name of General Glum.
Which one? This one,
And-
35.
35. Yeah, with the accountancy, what's happening?
Sounds
Okay.
like-
Well,
Yeah.
you throw the door open, and so what you
Yeah.
see is one hobgoblin is holding a parchment that drops to the floor and rolls a few feet away, and he's got a scribe pen and he's marking these things off. The other one is rooting through a bunch of like crates and barrels, counting things. And so you come in and say, "What again?"
We're here to rescue in the name of General Glum, or whatever his title was. I can't remember.
Okay. Give me a charisma roll, and then we'll stop there.
You can just say
Nah.
bad things happen.
I am the general, he says.
Ooh, failure.
All right.
It's
Yes.
an automatic failure every time.
All right, so we'll end there for the night. Radnar or Bill, why don't you lead us out? Is there anything you would like to plug? Or you got any games you're running on?
I am, well, right now I'm running, I've got a 5th edition game on Sunday. I'm running part of the Tunnels of Terror from Rappahannock.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon I'm going to be running a Swords and Wizardry. I'm going to run the Lost City of Baracus. So
Nice.
that'll be upcoming probably about a month or two.
And where is this going to be?
Over on Frog God Games Organized Play, if you go to the their Discord server, you'll be able to find it.
Very nice. Jazz, you got anything you want to plug?
No, I'm learning to play the harmonica, so
What
that's
key
all I
is,
got.
what key is your harmonica in?
I got everything, man. I got a B flat. I got a C. I got an E. I got a tremolo.
All
I can't
right.
play anything. I
Wow.
can't play.
Nice.
I can't play shit, but yeah, that's all I'm doing with my time.
You got to start with the key of E, the saddest key of all.
Yeah.
Be here
Richard.
next week where we make Jazz play us something on the harmonica.
Richard, plug your Twitch stream, man.
All right. Hey, I'm Richard. I play video games on LM, TD, TM, FFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. Yeah.
Nice. Jameis, anything you want to plug? No.
No, I don't have anything like that happen.
No. All right. Good enough. Jeff, how about you? Anything exciting going on you want to plug?
Yeah, nothing besides I'm playing in Bill's game that will take place in the Fraud God Games server.
Oh, show us your T-shirt.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
have a look at.
Show
Yeah.
off the shirt. Look at
Look
that.
at
Classic.
The class.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, I'm Bert,
Great.
BizLab on the inner tubes. Run a little podcast called Of Steam, Steel, and Murder. You can find it at bluemagic.com, BLUMAGIK. And of course, here on the Twitch stream. So, good night, everybody.
Good
Right.
night.
Good night, stream.
Right.
Good night. Bye bye.